Hello and welcome to class. This is Igbo Medizi with Prince Obiefule, and in today's lesson we're going to be learning how to say who, what, which, where, how many, how much, when, can you, why, and whose in Igbo. If you've chosen to subscribe, thank you. If you've not, I hope you do so by the end of the lesson, because we're going to be having this kind of presentation. Now I'm going to give you the part where I just read the English and the Igbo, and I'm going to give you the part where I explain the sentence construction, the words that make up the sentences. So you're going to learn new words, you're going to learn gain understanding of how the sentence is formed. It's going to improve your knowledge of the language, it's going to improve your mastery, and it's going to improve your vocabulary. So there's going to be this section, another session of this class where it's just the reading and interpreting, reading and interpreting, and I hope you take advantage of both. So this part of the class is just for you to sit down and learn more about the things that we've presented in the other video, and I hope you find it useful. So thank you. We dive right into the class now. So starting with who. Who is onye in Igbo? Someone knocks on your door, you want to say who is that? You just say onye. Who is there? Onye. Onye is short for who is calling me. Someone calls you, say onye. Someone knocks on the door, onye. So onye is who in Igbo. You just say onye when you want to say who. So now we have who is that. Who is that is onye di ihe ahụ. You just learn by mimicking. You mimic the sound. Onye di ihe ahụ. Onye di ihe ahụ. Don't try to enunciate everything. Just what you hear is what you say. Onye di ihe ahụ. Onye is who. Di is. Ihe ahụ is that. Now there's another variation to this. If you want to say who is this, you say onye di ihe without the who. The who is the hu. Who. So if you were to say onye di ihe and just stop at the a, you would be saying who is this. So onye di ihe, who is this? Onye di ihe ahụ, who is that? Simple and clear. So who is calling me? Who is calling me is onye na akpom. We've dealt with onye. Onye is who. Wherever you see onye is who. Who is calling me? Onye na akpom. Na is. Akpom is calling, and the is me. Onye na akpom. Who is calling me? Now the you can change that. You can substitute the with gi. Onye na akpo gi. And that will be who is calling you. Onye na-akpọ ha, who is calling them. Onye na-akpọ anyị, who is calling us. I'm going to present you with Igbo pronouns, and when you get a hang of the pronouns, you can just come back to this lesson and you just substitute the pronouns the way I've said it now, and you can have more sentences at your disposal. So, onye na-akpọ m, who is calling me. Now we'll get to who wants to go. Onye chọrọ ịga. Want is chọrọ. Achọrọ, I want. So who wants to go? Onye chọrọ ịga. To go is ịga. So who wants to go? Onye chọrọ ịga. You're going somewhere. Maybe you're going to the mall, or you're going to the church, or you're going to school, or you're going to a fun place. You want to go out. You want to go to the gardens, to the park, to the movies. And I said, I'm going to the movies. So onye chọrọ ịga, ana m aga cinema. Onye chọrọ ịga. Ana m aga cinema. Onye chọrọ ịga. I'm going to the cinema. Who wants to go? Onye chọrọ ịga. That's the way you use it. So we come to what. What is gịnị? Gịnị. What? Gịnị. If you want to say what is it, just add or to gịnị before gịnị, and you have or gịnị. What is it? Or gịnị. What is it? Someone is bugging you. Say or gịnị. What is it? You can even say gịnị. The way you say what. But I don't think you can say what. Like gịnị. You don't have that in Igbo. So you have what, gịnị, and gịnị, what, and or gịnị, what is it? So that is it for what, gịnị. Now we have What is your name? What is your name? What is your name is Gini bo ahagi. Remember, what is Gini? Gini bo is. Gini bo is. Ahagi. Aha is name. Gi is you. If I want to say Gini bo aham, it will mean what is my name. Maybe you want to ask somebody, you're in a date, you're in a relationship, and the dude doesn't know your name. You just want to go, so what is my name? You don't even know my name and you're asking me out and all of that. So Gini bo aham, what is my name? Gini bo ahagi, what is your name? You want to ask your father, what is our name? Maybe our family name. You say Gini bo ahani, what is our name? So that is, what is your name? Gini bo ahagi. If you notice, I'm trying to make the classes fast. I know you might want it to last forever, but then you can always rewind and get the lessons. So what is happening? Gini neme, you come to a place. What is happening? What's happening? Gini neme, what's happening? You can add what is happening here. Gini neme, eba. Eba is here. Eba ahu is there. Ebe ahu is there. I'm gonna likely put it down in the description, but just learn what I'm talking about now. If you can catch what I'm saying that is not on the screen, catch it. If you can't, don't bother so much about it. You see, what is happening? Gini na eme. What is gini? Na eme is happening. You see, gini na eme. Most of the ing verbs use na for is, and most of the noun use bo for is. That is it for gini na eme. Okay, we come to what do you want? Someone comes to you and is trying to say something. You say, what do you want? So you say, gini kechoro. What do you want? What do you want from me? Gini kechoro. Gini kechoro. What do you want? So it's as simple as it is. Gini kechoro. It doesn't mean any other thing. I'm trying to say, is it polite or unpolite? But you can be polite. Just whatever what do you want means. However, you can say it as rudely as you say, what do you want? You can say it as nicely, what do you want? Like gini kechoro, Gini kechoro, rude. Gini kechoro. Your tonation, the same way you would say what do you want is the same way you would say gini kechoro, to give it the different shades that it should have. Now this is which. Which is kedunke. Actually, we don't have which standalone in Igbo, so we have kedunke. Kedunke is like which one. So it's like a which, kedunke. That is it. Okay, now we have which one do you want? Kedunke choro. Maybe someone comes to your shop and you lay options before the person and you say kedunke choro. Which one do you want? Maybe you have menu. You say kedunke choro. Pick something from the menu. Kedunke choro. We have A, B, C, kedunke choro. Which one do you want? Kedu nke is which one, like I explained to you earlier. Ichoro is do you want. Is do you want. That's the I is the you. Choro is want. So when you put ichoro, it means do you want. Kedu nke ichoro. The I before the CHORO is the you, and the CHORO is the want. That is choro. Yeah. So moving on, we have which one is good. You come to a place, someone gives you two options and say, okay, you can take this, you can take that. Just okay, which one is good? Kedun kedimma. Kedun kedimma. Which one is good? Kedun kedimma. Now this is not which one is better. This one is which one is good. One is good, one is bad. So kedun kedimma. Which one is good? Or it may be like an advice, and you just which one is good for me, which one is good for me to follow, or which one is good for me to do. Kedunke is which one. De is, and ma is good. So that is it for ma is good. Ma can also be beautiful, so that's it. Now we get to the one I talked about. Which one is better? Kedunke ka ma. So kedunke ka ma means which one is better. The same kedunke ka ma. That is, ka is higher in good. Which one is good? Which one is higher than good? So which one is better, or which one is greater than good? ka means greater, ka means bigger, ka means higher. So you can say which one is good. Kedunke kama. Which one is better. Which one is better, not which one is good. So that is it. Now we have which one do you have? You come to a place and maybe you just list a few things and say, I want this, I want this, I want that. And they said, we don't have this. You say, which one do you have? Kedunki nwere. So you can show someone something and say, Kedunki nwere. That is, which one do you have among this? Or which one do you have aside from this? So kedunke, which one? E, we explain the E. Whenever you see E, it means you, and nwere is have. So kedunke onwere, which means onwere, means which one does he or does she or does it have. Kedunke inwere. So I'm just gonna spare you all of that and do the lesson on the pronouns so you can be able to alternate. Now we come to where, ebe, where, ebe. Like for example, where is it happening? Someone tells you something, you say where, ebe, ebe. Someone say, see a cockroach there. You say ebe, ebe. Like where is it? There's a masquerade behind you. Ebe, ebe. You want to know what direction is coming from. So that is it for where. Where is simply ebe. Okay, now we have where are you going? Where are you going? Ebe kinaga. Ebe ka ina aga. Where are you going? Inaga is are you going? Aga is going. Ina is are you. Then aga is going. Ebe kinaga. Where are you going? That is it. Someone is trying to go somewhere. Say ebe kinaga. Where are you going? The same way you can use where are you going. The same different ways, colorations. Maybe you want to stop somebody, say where are you going? Where do you think you're going? That's kind of it. All right. Now, where do you live? Ebe ka ibi. Where do you live? Ebe ka ibi. Want to ask somebody, where do you live? Ebe ka ibi. Ebe is where. Ka is do. I is you. B is live. So we write it together, IBI. The I before the BI is you. The BI is live. So if I want to say where does he live, I would say something like ebe ka o bi, replacing the I before the BI with O. Ebe ka ha bi, where do they live? So I'll teach you about pronouns like I said, and you can make more out of this. Okay, now, where did you see the chairman? Where did you see the chairman? That would be ebe ka ihuru chairman. Where did you see is kihuru. Chairman is onisi, but I still use the translation chairman for it. I'm going to have a session where I'm going to deal with typical Igbo words, but I want you to first get comfortable with speaking what people would be able to understand. What's the use of learning a language if you can't use it with people? Communication is about creating shared meaning. If what you're saying is not understood by the average person you're going to be speaking with or you're going to be interacting with, you have not learned the language. So that is the idea behind these presentations, and I hope you're okay with it. And by the way, I really appreciate your comments. I'm really amazed at the way you interacted with my other videos, and that encouraged me a lot to do this. So I hope you keep interacting with these videos and tell me how to improve. If you can observe, the music is very, very much lower now, and I'm incorporating everything you've mentioned in the comment before. So moving on, we come to how. Kedu. How. Kedu. So kedu is also short for how are you. Kedu is also short for how is it, but the literal translation for how in Igbo is kedu. Yeah. But mind you though, kedu cannot be used in the sense of when someone tells you, do you know this, and you say how. So you can't, do you know this, and I say kedu. No. I'll tell you how to say that kind of how. But how literally means kedu. So now we get to how are you? Kedu ka idi. How are you? Kedu kidi. Now I explained earlier that you could just say kedu and that would mean how are you? Like you say hi or hello, you can say kedu and it will literally mean how are you is a short form of saying it. But kedu ka idi is the full way of saying how are you. I is you, they is are like a state of being. So how are you? If I want to say how is he, I'll say kedu ka odi. How are they? Kedu ka hadi. How is she? Kedu ka odi. How is it? Kedu ka odi. So I'll give you all of that expression pronoun lesson. I think that should be my next lesson. I've talked about pronouns a lot. So moving on, we have how are you doing? Kedu ka imere. How are you doing? Kedu ka imere. So how are you doing maybe can be used to ask someone who is recovering or someone who, I think it can also be used generally, but kedu is fine, more casual thing. When you're talking to a younger person, kedu kimere. When you're talking to an elderly person, kedu kimere. But when you're talking to your peers, you can just use kedu, hi, kedu, that kind of a thing. So kedu kimere is more formal, it's more laid back, it's more traditional. So it's like the full how are you doing. It's like a full how are you doing. So if you really want to ask how are you doing, kedu ka imere is there for you. That's good. Now I come to the how that can be used when someone tells you something, that has to do with something to do. How do we do it? Kedu ka ị ga-esi mee ya? So there is no short form of how in Igbo, like a low tall, I think, but then that is dialect. That's a particular dialect in Igbo. How, a low tall. But how do we do it is kedu ka ị ga-esi mee ya? How do I do it? Kedu ka m ga-esi mee ya? Remember, anyị is we. So if you replace anyị with it means me. How do I do it? If you replace anyị with o, it means how does he or does it or does she do it? Kedu ka ọ ga-esi mee ya? How does it or how does she or how does he do it? Kedu ka anyị ga-esi mee ya? How do we do it? Kedu ka m ga-esi mee ya? How do I do it? So that is it. Kedu ka ha ga-esi mee ya? Ha. Kedu ka ha ga-esi mee ya? How do they do it? So that's about it. Now, kedu ka ọ dị? How is it? How is he? How is she? Can be said with kedu ka or the. Remember what I told you about or the. It's just like when we said kedu ka idi. We just replaced the I before the di with o, and that meant it, he, or she. If we replaced it with hadi, it will mean they, and so on and so forth. That is it. Now we have how are they? Okay, just talked about the devil, and there is it. Or talked about the angel. I don't like talking about the devil. Now, kedu ka ha dị? How are they? Kedu ka ha dị? How are they? Kedu ka anyị dị? How are we? Kedu ka anyị dị? How are we? If we have anyị instead of ha, you would have how are we? How are they? How are you? You, singular and plural, is idi, idi. So that is it for how are they. Now we move on to how many. For how many, you say ole. How many? Ole. So you want to know how many pieces it is, or how many, just we use how many. How many means ole in Igbo, O-L-E. How many people are there? Mmadụ ole nọ ebe ahụ? How many people are there? People is mmadụ. How many is ole? Nọ is are, and ebe ahụ is there. Now you just have to follow it. You say there are different things we've interpreted as are, but the construction determines what functions as are and the rest of it. So mmadụ ole nọ ebe ahụ? How many people are there? No is kind of present. How many people are present there? Or how many people are sitting there? Or how many people are there? Just how many people are there? I'm trying to explain the no to you. So how many people are there? Mmadụ ole nọ ebe ahụ? Mmadụ ole nọ ebe ahụ? That's it. Okay, how many children have you? Ụmụ ole ka ị nwere? You want to meet somebody, you just want to know how many children they have so you can get them gifts, also whatever. Say, how many children have you? Ụmụ ole ka ị nwere? Ụmụ is children. Ole is how many. Ka is do you. Nwere is have. Ka ị is do you. Nwere is have. So ị is you, as we explained. So ụmụ ole ka ị nwere? How many children have you, or how many children do you have? Ụmụ is children. How many children? Ụmụ ole. How many children? You can even say ụmụ ole. When they say he has many children, now you just say ụmụ ole. That means how many children. So you can use it in that sense. Okay, moving on, we have how many wives does your father have? Okay, I just throw this in. Recently we don't have people having many wives in Igbo. Igbo people are monogamous now. So how many wives does your father have? Maybe to help me explain to you that wives means nwunye, whether singular or plural. Nwunye is wife. Nwunye is wives. There's nothing like nwunyes. So nwunye ole is how many wives. Ka does. Nna gị is your father. Nwere is have. So if I remove the gi at the end and replace it with it will be how many wives does my father have? Nwunye ole ka nna m nwere? How many wives does their father have, or does their father have? Nwunye ole ka nna ha nwere. So I'll teach you more about pronouns. Moving on, we look at how much. How much is ego ole? Now, how much, you can say how much as ole still, but I still brought in the ego to be specific, because when you just go to somebody who is selling something, you can just tell the person ole. If the person knows you're talking about money already, he knows you're talking within the context of money. If you go to the person and you say ole, as in how many pieces of something is there, maybe there are 5 oranges that go for $1, you can say ole. How many oranges for $1? Ole. So you can use ole in that sense. Ole means how much, ole means how many. So I'm being specific here by putting ego ole, so we can know we are talking about how much in terms of money. So how much is it? Ego ole ka obu. You pick up an expensive dress, or you pick up something, or someone does a service for you and person is done, you just, okay, ego ole ka obu. How much is it? It can be the services. It can refer to the services. It can refer to the item. It can refer to, whatever it is, how much is it? So, ego le ka obo. Someone say, you are owing me money. Say, ego le ka obo. How much is it? Ego is money. Ole is how much. Ka is. Obo is it. So, ego le ka obo. How much is it? That is the way of translating it. Hope you understand very well. Okay, now we have how much did you buy it? Ego ole ka izuru ya? How much did you buy it? Ego ole ka izuru ya? Ego ole ka izuru ya? How much ego ole ka izuru ya? Did you buy it? Zuru is buy. Ya is it. So if I wanted to say how much did he buy it, it would be ego le ka. You can tell already. What did we say you have to replace? you replace the I with O. So it becomes egoleka o zuria. Egoleka ha zuria means how much did they buy it? You see, so egoleka o zuria, egoleka ha zuria, egoleka mzuria. You can even be asking a friend, how much did I buy this? You know, you just want the person to guess, how much did I buy this? You just say call egoleka mzuria. Call is guess. Call egoleka mzuria or ko egole mzuria. You see, you just remove the ka. Ko egole mzuria. That is it. Moving on. How much do you have? So we come to this place and someone is bargaining and just want to say, how much do you have? Is egoleka I nwere. How much does he have? Egoleka o nwere. How much do they have? Egoleka ha nwere. So when you're talking about how much you have, how much we have, how much they have, that is how you use egoleka I nwere or egoleka o nwere or egoleka ha nwere. Just remember, don't try to get what I didn't say. Just if you can just say the way I said it, mimic the sound and you are good. You see. All right, so we have can you, I nwere ike. Can you, I nwere ike. The I that represents you is the first one. Ike, the last IKE means strength. So nwere is have. So can you literally means do you have strength? But the meaning is not do you have strength. That's the literal translation, but the meaning is can you. I nwere ike, can you. Moving on. Can you do it? I nwere ike ime ya. Can you do it? I nwere ike ime ya. Okay, something happens and and maybe you're wondering, can you do that? Or can you do it? It's like, can you do it? I nwere ike ime ya. So once I'm just going to break this, say, can you do it? I nwere ike ime ya. Do you have the guts to do it? Or do you have the stomach to do it? Or do you have it in you to do it? And it can also mean a question of ability. Do you have the ability to do it? Do you have the skills to do it? Do you have the knowledge, the expertise, the requirements to do it? So, I nwere ike ime ya, can you do it? And it also means, can you do it in terms of not just ability, but do you want to do it? Are you able to do it? Do you care to do it? Moving on. Can you find it for me? I nwere ike ịchọtara m ya? I nwere ike ịchọtara m ya? Can you find it for me? I nwere ike ịchọtara m ya? Remember what I told you about I nwere ike? So in this sense now, I nwere ike ịchọtara m ya, can you find it for me? So it can be a polite way of asking somebody, not just a question of ability now, but just asking somebody, could you? So not just can you now, but could you? You see, could you is also I nwere ike. So I nwere ike ịchọtara m ya, can you find it for me? So it can be can, it can be could. I nwere ike imere m ya, I nwere ike ịchọtara m ya. Imere m ya is do it. Me is do. So I nwere ike imere m ya, can you do it for me? Or could you do it for me? Moving on. Can you find it? I nwere ike ịchọta ya. Can you find it? I nwere ike ịchọta ya. Are you able to find it? Are you going to be able to find it? Can you find it? I nwere ike ịchọta ya. Someone is looking at something saying, I nwere ike ịchọta ya. Are you going to be able to find it? That is even the most literal translation or the closest translation. Are you going to be able to find it? I nwere ike ịchọta ya. So can you find it? In this kind of sense of it, like when someone is looking for something and you're wondering if they can see it, if they can find it, you ask ịchọtara ya, ịchọtara ya, ịchọtara ya. But can you find it means is translated I nwere ike ịchọta ya. So, but you can use these explanations that I've given to augment your knowledge. That is why this kind of class is very important. So you are grounded. All right. When is ole mgbe? Olembe. But when we talk about olembe, we don't really exactly stress the E, even though it is kind of stressed. You hear us say olembe. It sounds like O-L-E mbe. So olembe, you know, the E in the be is not different from the E in the ole, but the E in the ole is supposed to be dragged. That's why it's double. So olembe is when, like until when, olembe, you know, yeah, that sense. When are you going? Olembe naga. When are you going? Olembe naga. When are you going? Olembe naga is not the same thing as when are you leaving. Like when you, in English sense of it, when are you going? So it's like when are you leaving? No. When are you going? Literally, in Olembe naga literally means when are you going? You are going to a particular place, or you are going for something, or you're supposed to go somewhere, and someone is asking you, Olembe ina aga, when are you going? At what time are you going? So Olembe Naga church, Olembe Naga school, Olembe Naga, and Olembe Inaga can also mean at what times, you know, do you go? Olembe Naga church. I go to church every Sunday and every Wednesday, blah 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 blah. So Olembe Naga, that is it. When did you come? Olembe Ibiara. When did you come? Olembe Ibiara. Olembe is when, like we say. I is you. Biara is come. So when did you come? Olembe Ibiara. When did you come? Olembe Ibiara. Someone just arrived, just say. So when did you come? When did you come? When did you come over? Blah 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 blah. So that's just it. Now, everything we said about the pronouns, you should be able to figure this out. Olembe Obiara. When did it? When did he? When did she come? Olembe Ani Biara. Olembe Ha Biara. Olembe I Biara. You can tell the meaning. Why? Makagini. So why? Why the heck? Makagini. Maka. Guinea. Because of what? That's kind of it. Makagini. Why? That's it. Why did you do it? Someone does something. Why did you do it? You want to find out why did you do it. Makagini kijiri meya. Or you could just break it from the middle and say Gini ka ijiri meya. Gini ka ijiri meya. Although Gini means what, but when you put it in this context, Gini ka ijiri meya, it means why. Gini ka means why, in a sense, in a sentence construction like this. But to say the whole thing fully, Makagene kijiri meya. Why did you do it? Makagene ka. Why? Ijiri. Did you? Me is do. Ya is it. So makagene ka ijiri meya. Makagene kijiri meya. Makagene kijiri meya. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? That is it. So we have, why did you not come early? Makagene ka ijiri hara ibia na oge. Makagene ka ijiri hara ibia na oge. So hara is did not. You know, if we're saying why did you come early? Makagene ka ijiri bia na oge. We'll remove the I before the IBIA. You know, the I before the ibia, and it will be Makagene ka ijiri bia na oge. But because of the hara, we have to put I before that ibia, and it portrays the negative. Makagene ka ijiri hara ibia n'oge. Makagene ka ijiri. The U in this construction is the I with the JIRI. So I jiri, O jiri, Ha jiri, I jiri, jiri. You see, so the I there is the U, and it stays together in most of the constructions, so it's not a mistake. That's how it's written. Makagene kijiri hara ibianoge. Now the GHAR sound HARA, hara, not gara. The Igbo alphabet, I can't exactly start doing all of that now, but just mimic what you're hearing me say and repeat it. Maka gịnị ka ijiri hara Ibianoge. So why did you not come early? So why did you not come early? Oge is early. Now oge is on time. So early. All right. Now we have makagene kijri bia late. Okay, this is where some people also comment on the using of oge is for time. So why did you come late can be makagene kijiri Arabian oge, as we had in the other slide. So makagene kijiri bia late is a simple way of saying it. So I wouldn't just do much explaining. It's just the same thing with the last slide, but you can just say it. This is what we'll talk about it. This is what we'll say it contemporarily now. So whose, nke onye, whose, nke onye. So whose is this? Whose is that? Onkonye means whose is this, or does it belong to who? Or nkonye, whose is this? Whose is it? So whose, nke onye. Onye is who. Remember, nke is like belonging to who. Whose book is this? Akwụkwọ onye dị nke a. Akwụkwọ onye dị nke a. Akwụkwọ is book. Onye is who. The is. Nke a is this. So akwụkwọ onye dị nke a. Whose book is this? We can also say akwụkwọ onye dị ihe a. Akwụkwọ onye dị ihe a. So ihe a can replace nka. So it's a question of dialect, but nka is kind of general. Ihe is also general. Akwụkwọ onye dị ihe a. Nka is like, it's the same thing with ihe. So whose book is this? Akwụkwọ onye dị nka. Nwa onye bụ nka. So a child is not the, as we have akwụkwọ. Akwụkwọ is the, is inanimate. Also, although you can use akwụkwọ onye bụ nka, but then most likely you use the, nka. And some people derogatively use the. Nwa onye dị ihe, you know, is kind of insulting, it's kind of derogatory, it's kind of looking down on. So nwa is child. Whose child is this? Nwa onye dị nka. Okay, and we've come to the end of our presentation for today. That was hopefully very enlightening, and it's helping you. It's going to help you a lot to learn and be very grounded and be very vast with your knowledge of the language. I do hope this presentation was what I hoped it would be. Now, I wouldn't know until you leave us a comment, so please do leave a comment. I rely on the comments you leave, the feedback you leave, to make the next videos, you know, something we need to put in, something we need to take out, something we need to adjust, you know, and I really would appreciate if you leave us a comment so we know how this video has been helping you, if this video was as useful as we had intended it to be, because I'm not the one learning the language, you're the one learning the language. It's not what works for me, but what works for you. So if this presentation worked for you, then let us know. If there's something you want us to put in, let us know. Thank you for being with us in today's class. I love you, Prince of Beautiful.